Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Chapter 2 of Music Theory Part Writing Shorts. I'm Dr. Mark Petering. Let's get right to work here. We're looking at the 1, the 4, and the 5 chords today. Let's start with a nice easy or introductory progression, 1, 5, 1. Again, we like to begin with our nice big open chord here. Next step, let's do our bass. Okay. Once we have our bass in line, then we can go looking at the other principles for good part writing. So stepwise motion is desirable, common tones are desirable. This is a C, E, G chord, and this is a G, B, D chord. So I've got some common tones. This G is a common tone. And the B and the D need to be placed then in the soprano and alto. And I'm going to put my B right here. I'm going to put my D right here. So those are both nice stepwise solutions. Okay? And then I can, again, keep common tones and use stepwise motion in there. I have a nice 1-5-1 progression. Notice this progression also harmonizes the 1-7-1 scale degree motion in the soprano. Okay, so you might have a question. Harmonize 1-7-1 scale degrees in the soprano with a chord progression, and then so you'd see 1-7-1 and you wouldn't see anything underneath here, and then you'd harmonize 1-5-1. Okay? What happens? Let's say you're asked to do a 1-2-1 progression. Excuse me, a 1-2-1 scale degree motion in the soprano. How would you handle that? Well, first we'd put our scale degrees where they need to be. Okay, and then in this case, if I kept the G, I'd have to go to a B and I'd have to leap really high up here, really low for the alto, below middle C right here, and that's not desirable. So in this case, the common tone does not work. Okay. I'm going to put a D here, so this is stepwise. I'm going to leap to a B here in the tenor voice. Again, totally acceptable. These small leaps of a third, totally fine. Okay, so in this case, I'm doubling my chordal fifth, which is okay. I no longer am keeping the common tone. This stepwise motion common tone game works 90% of the time, okay, roughly speaking. All right, and if you don't, certainly here, if you don't use the common tone, look at the stepwise solution though we have here. That's still being honored, if you will. Okay, and then we just go back to our first chord using stepwise motion. Okay, and then just a small leap of a third. You can pause the video if you want. Okay, let's try a completely different setup. Still have the bass as one, obviously. Let's actually harmonize 3-2-1. And for this, I'm going to use my other chord that I talked about in the opening chapter of having a nice big open chord. This is an even sort of bigger open chord, if you will. So we're going to start like this. And now here I can keep the common tone G. And I'll go to a B right here. And I'll go to a C here. Now, I'm not going to keep the common tone in this instance. I need the chordal third. You can leave out the chordal fifth. That is okay to leave out the chordal fifth. This is good. This is okay to leave out the chordal fifth. Okay, very good. So there's some basic scale degree harmonization for a nice 1-5-1 progression. And again, we're always using stepwise motion as much as possible. The common tone game works a lot, but not always, okay? All right, good. Okay, let's look at a 1-4-1 progression. So I've set this up nicely here with our nice big open chord. And here we have a common tone C, so I'm going to put the C there. And then we need an A. And if I go to an A here, that's a leap, so I don't like that. So I'm going to go to an A here. That's a nice step. And then I like to double my root when I can. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to my original chord, just simply because it works very nicely with stepwise motion and common tones. Okay. Okay, thanks everyone. See you in the next chapter.